Hello YouTube. I'm currently at the Veterans Memorial. It's kind of like a museum slash memorial that they have here behind the Merritt Island Mall in Brevard County. I don't know if I've ever given you a tour of this place, but it is really cool. It's free and open to the public. I have my kids here and we're just kind of walking around looking at everything and reading everything. But they've got all sorts of memorial here. This one's dedicated to the war dogs and their handlers, past, present, and future. There's also a Vietnam era monument here, or a little placard to honor all men and women who served in Vietnam. Together then, together again. All gave some gave all. My father was one of those people. Army medical helicopter. And look at this fighter. It's the Marines. Hey, there's people in there. Hello. They've even got the Navy here. It's like everybody has airplanes. And you got an army truck. Look at this. Oh, you can crawl right through there. And they got a tank. Pretty amazing that they have this in Brevard. Pretty much come here whenever. It's just right behind the Merritt Island Mall for those of you who are local to this area, and those of you who happen to be passing through. You see blue there in the background. They do have an actual museum behind here where it says the Brevard Veterans Memorial Center. It's right behind there, and it has people in there that can answer questions. It's also got like the uniform, statues, and a bunch of little items. This is, I think this is Army truck. You might have seen me here before. I think they had a Humvee out here. Looks like an active duty Navy guy over there answering some questions. It's a great place for a photo op. This is the Veterans Museum, which is here on this end. It's next to the Brevard Veterans Memorial Center. So if you come here during business hours, in the workday, you can actually visit this place. And they have a Humvee out here. I think you can even get in it. Take pictures inside. I mean, it's like this. I don't know if they've locked it up or not. I'm not gonna go in, but this is what the Humvee looks like inside. It looks like somebody had a Dunkin' Donuts. So, if you've ever wondered what a Humvee looks like, I think they'd make a perfect vehicle to live in. There's like a lot of room. Put the bed right down the center, and you have a room on the side. You got a little kitchen area back there. A little table up here already up front. This is like a 4-door. It's pretty cool, huh? Hey Nick, I think you can get in it. There's no signs that don't say you can go in it. Just don't mess it all up. Got my kids here. So this is reserved for Purple Heart recipient. Reserve combat, Purple Heart wounded warriors, family support. And I think this is Vietnam era helicopter, and you can also get in this. So you know, if you want really cool photo ops, you can actually get inside and see what it looks like and feels like to be inside a helicopter. These are real controls. Obviously not going to work because the helicopter is not intact. But if you've ever wanted to sit inside a cockpit of a helicopter, military helicopter, control the joystick here. Apparently both are tied together, so you could have pilot and co-pilot can both work. And there's foot rudders, I guess they're called, pedals, and all sorts of little switches and gadgets. I think this is one of the best military museums or memorials I've seen, where they actually have it open for the public to actually come up and touch and even get inside. So that, yeah, you can sit in it. I'm going to come back and get your pictures here in a moment. Let me just go ahead and give everyone else a tour. You guys can sit there and take pictures. I'll be back in a moment. We can get some pictures. But I think this, like I said, I think this is one of the best memorials I've seen. You know, it's got not just a memorial with the wall and the names and stuff, but it has actual equipment that's here, and statues that they've made, plaques, and of course they actually let people in it. They let you climb on it, they let you get inside it, so you can get some really good pictures. Families, prior military people can bring their family here and talk about their job and their role in the military. This is the American Revolutionary War. They even dedicate this. I know that this is from Daughters of the American Revolution. Some of our viewers may actually be relatives from the originals, the colonists, the American Civil War. Medal of Honor is awarded by the United States of America for conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity. I can't even say that. Intrepidity. I can't say that word. At the risk of his or her life above and beyond the call of duty, while engaged in action against any enemy of the United States. Established July 12th, 1862. You got the PAOMEA, the missing in action people. American ex-prisoners of war. And of course, our beloved eagle. It's kind of neat seeing the airplanes flying over these old helicopters here that have been mounted up in the air. The Korean Veterans Memorial is here as well. Basically, this memorial is for all the different wars, all the different branches. Remembering those who served, dead, or missing, 45,000. Wounded, 92,000 for the Korean War. And of course, because we're in Florida, that is the, I think that's the, what river is that? I keep getting the Banana and the other river mixed up. Indian River. This is a wounded combat veteran, Purple Heart. Saw someone selling one of those Purple Hearts at the flea market earlier. Took the kids over to the flea market. And this is a timeline for Operation Desert Storm. This is actually my era. But I actually got out. Yeah, I missed the combat. It started August 2nd, 1990. I got out February 1990. So I got out like 6 months before Desert Storm kicked off. Although, when I was still in the service, we were actually prepping for this, for chemical warfare. They had us showing up for work in our chem gear, and we practiced basically working 10, 12-hour shifts, I think, and practiced the, you know, work out the routines and stuff. And then I ended up getting out, and then the war broke out right after I got out. So, I'm not a combat veteran. Some of you ask if I qualify for any service and stuff. Not really, because I'm not wounded and I'm not combat. This is actually from the Twin Towers in memory of September 11th, 2001. They've got two pieces of metal here. Girders, I guess they are, part of the beams. You can see they're bent. Look at that. They're actually bent into an S curve. These two pieces of steel were recovered from Ground Zero, stand in honor of all those who lost their lives that day in coordinated terrorist attack on the World Trade Center in New York City. So there's a lot of different memorials here at this one little park. And if you happen to be a local, I do highly recommend coming here just to pay your respects and also just to check out all the stuff because it's hands-on. And the building itself, when you come here during business hours, they are open and you can go in there and basically look around, talk to the people, the workers. They're staffed by retirees and other volunteers. This is Operation Iraqi Freedom. And they have Operation Enduring Freedom over here. All the younger generation. And here are some of the locals, I think, who were lost. When you see these little bricks and stuff that they have in the ground, these are, I think, locals. The people from this particular area. The Tuskegee Airmen. I remember doing a special on that while I was in the Air Force at basic training at Lackland. They had Black History Month, and I volunteered to do the presentation, and the one I chose was the Tuskegee Airmen. And what was crazy about that Black History Month was when, you know, they gave us extra time out of our regular training. Like they gave us like an hour a week or something like that to go to the library and research the stuff, and gave us like poster boards and things like that to put together the project. But what was crazy about it, was that I showed up for the meeting for all the volunteers, you know, all the other airmen that were there to volunteer to put together displays for Black Heritage Month or Black Heritage Week or whatever it was. And they were all like white people, Caucasians, and one Thai guy. There were no African Americans represented, even though there were African Americans inside the service. So it was kind of weird. I thought it was kind of funny. I was like, okay, this is really weird. It's, you know, to recognize the contributions of African Americans in the military, and the people who were putting up the displays were pretty much all white people and one Thai guy. Anyhow, that pretty much wraps up our little tour of this area. It is really cool. It is completely free. And I don't see signs anywhere that say don't climb on things. I think this is all very much look, see, touch. Get pictures, discuss it. And if you're a veteran, you know, and you can bring your family here, especially kids or grandkids and stuff like that, it's a good way to tell them about your history and give them a first-hand account as to what it's like to actually be there and be a soldier. Until next time, everyone, I hope you are all staying safe. And if you could just take a moment to remember all the lives that have been lost, to grant you the freedom that you have, that would be something highly appreciated of from the families of those who have lost people, as well as veterans who have lost their friends.